interpret the Tom Brady response to his own podcast host, Jim Gray. You know, if I effing knew what I was going to do, I'd effing done it already.
Did that sound kind of staged to you?
No, I don't think so. And everyone's talking about, look, if Brockman just shot up and shot up in his chair. No. I mean,
Brady's tone sounded sort of wooden. It didn't sound it sounded like forced. You know, I don't know. It just sounded just staged.
All right, so that's your interpretation.
My reaction, but my reaction is I take it at face value. I do think, I think he legitimately doesn't know what he's going to do. You know, and so do I think he thinks he can still play? Yes. The question to me is not can he get himself in position to play 17 games. The question to me is can he dive all in once again? Because if he's going to go to a new team, there's a lot that goes into that. And you remember last year where, he took the couple weeks off during training camp and, didn't he go to Robert Kraft's birthday party
on a Friday night?
On a Friday night and didn't travel with the team to Pittsburgh. You just sort of see these things. And look, Brady's got the right to do whatever the hell he wants, right? I don't think any of us would question that. But, if you're talking about locking yourself into playing a full football season and yet you were doing some of those things last year, I think that's probably the biggest question, right? It's not can I get myself ready to play on Sunday? It's am I willing to make the 9-month commitment that it's going to take to ramp up, to prepare to play with a new team, and then actually play in the games and get myself through the season? I think that's the question that he's asking himself right now. But certainly, I think, depending on what happens in the next couple of weeks, the light will be left on for him in San Francisco. I think Vegas has a very real interest in him already. Tennessee, I think, is somebody to consider.
What about Miami? What about Miami?
Miami's the other one. Miami, look, I don't know how many people know this, but he's got a very close relationship with their minority owner, Bruce Beal, who is a big Boston business guy.
They don't have a first-round pick because of it. They don't have a first-round pick because of it, Albert. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, they tried before. A hand got in a cookie jar. That makes sense. I mean, it makes total sense.
Yeah, and you look at their roster. I mean, if Brady considered a couple of years ago, hey, I want to go play for Kyle Shanahan. Well, Mike McDaniel is the other side of Kyle Shanahan's brain. You know what I mean? Runs the same stuff. He's just as smart. And you'd be thrown to Tyreek Hill and to Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
And you'd have a defense that's got horses on it now. Look, I think this is a factor too. This would be a factor too. Is his kids live there? And so I think that's all that's important stuff to consider, especially when a couple of those teams are on the other side of the country. We know 3 years ago when he made the decision to go to Tampa over the Chargers, a big part of that decision was he wanted to be closer to his son in New York geographically.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.